This tutorial will go through lecture 7B, Fundamentals of 2D Construction. I'm gonna start by creating a new drawing. Select the AKIT template, open, and I'm gonna go ahead and save my work. Drawing, home directory. We're gonna cover today one drawing command and some of the modified commands. So far we've been focusing on creating lines, circles, arcs, but as we have those geometries created, we can modify them. We can copy them, mirror them, rotate them, trim them. So we will go through some of this in this tutorial. The first command we're gonna cover is the polygon. There's two ways to create a polygon. One by selecting the center point, and the second one by selecting the two edge distances. So I'm gonna start my polygon command. It's under the rectangle one. So if I click in this drop down menu, can select polygon. Now it's asking me to enter the number of sides, 6. Enter. Specify the center of the polygon. So I'm gonna click anywhere. Now it's asking me to, if I want a polygon that is inscribed in the circle or circumscribed about the circle. I will show the difference. For now, I'm gonna select circumscribed about circle, and I'm gonna give it a radius of 5. Remember that for this tutorial, I'm following the handout that is uploaded on Canvas. Circumscribed about the circle means that the distance between this flat and this flat should be the diameter of the circle. So if I measure the distance between here and here, that should be 10, since the radius that we prompted out was 5. If we create one polygon, 6, enter, that is inscribed about the circle with the same radius. Now the distance between this edge here and this edge should be the diameter of the circle, so 10 inches. We can also create a polygon by selecting the two edge distances. So I'm gonna start the polygon command by typing POL, enter, number of size, 6, enter. And when it asks me to specify the center of the polygon, I'm gonna type E, just to prompt AutoCAD that I wanna give it the first and second edges. So specify first endpoint of edge. I'm gonna click whatever I want, and then I'm gonna click a second point. I'm gonna press F8 to have ortho on, and then I can click anywhere I want to specify the second edge distance. Click. So moving into the modify command. So now in this tab here, we have different commands to modify existing geometries. We're gonna start with move. So I can click move. It's asking me to select the object. So I'm gonna select any object I wanna move. I'm gonna press enter. And now you can specify a base point. So I'm gonna click this corner, and now I can move this polygon whatever I want. Right now it's only letting me moving it horizontally or vertically because I have ortho mode on. If I press F8 again and I turn it off, then I can move it whatever I want. I can also move an object by giving it the exact distance I want to move it. So I'm going to select enter. I'm going to specify the base point. So I'm going to click this point, and now I can type the distance that I want to move it. But if you guys notice, since I selected this corner here, then the distance, I'm gonna press F8, the distance will be the distance between those two edges. So I'm gonna go, let's go 10, enter. So now I move it 10 inches to the right. The copy command works very similar to the move one. Copy is this here. So I'm gonna click copy, I'm gonna select the object, press enter. Now I'm gonna specify a base point. So I'm gonna specify this base point and then I can copy it. I'm gonna turn F8 off so it lets me copy whatever I want. You don't have to start the copy command every time you want to copy it. You can just click anywhere you want and you can copy that object. You can also copy at a specific distance. So similar, it will be the distance between the edge or the point that you selected as a base point. So I'm gonna type here 10, enter. So now the distance between this edge and this edge should be 10 inches. The offset command creates a parallel geometry, could be to a line or to another object. So for example, if we create a line, escape, and then I want a line that is parallel to that one, I can use offset. I can type offset or I can click here. Specify the offset distance. So I'm gonna go 2.5 inches, enter. Select the object to offset. So I'm gonna click my line and now I can offset that line up or down. So I have to click. I can select it again and then keep creating lines that are parallel to that one. You can also do it with the like an object and it will create an object that is parallel to that one. The command trim will remove parts of objects that are crossed by other objects. So this tool is very useful when we're working with technical drawings. So trim is this command here. You can click it and then for example this polygon is intersecting this line. So if I get on top of that line, it will delete or erase that part that is intersecting. You can also access the command by typing trim, enter. If you want to select all the objects that want to trim like that, that's also possible. So all of this trim, trim. The command extend will extend selected lines, arcs, or polylines to new borders. Right? So for example, if we want to extend this line towards this border here, I can drop down the menu here, select extend, and if I get on top of the line, it will recognize the closest boundary, and it will extend that line all the way to that boundary. The last command that we have in this handout is mirror, which creates a symmetrical object using the mirror command. So we can click mirror. We can select all the objects that we want to mirror. So for example, we can select all of this if we want. Then we're gonna press enter. Then I'm gonna specify the point that I want it to be symmetrical about. So I'm gonna click this point, and now I can move. I have F8 on, so it only lets me move it up or down. But if you turn it off, you can move it wherever you want. And then when you decide where you want your geometry, you can just click here, and then it will ask you if you want to erase the source of the object. I'm going to say no to keep both of them. So click, and now you have an object that is symmetrical. Yes, that is symmetrical to this one.